Welcome to this episode of Toronto Blue Jays Update. Before we jump into today's massive news, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters, and we want to hear what you think about everything happening with our Blue Jays right now. All right, let's get straight into it because we've got some serious developments that just dropped. The front office is making moves, and honestly, some of this stuff is going to surprise you. We're talking blockbuster trade proposals, the real story behind major roster decisions, and what's next for this team as we head into the season. First up, there's legitimate buzz around a potential trade that could completely transform our rotation. Word is getting out that the Blue Jays are eyeing Tarik Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, you heard that right. The reigning Cy Young winner might actually be available, and Toronto is reportedly in the mix. Now, why would Detroit even consider moving their ace? Well, it comes down to money. Skubal is heading into his final year of team control, and the gap between what he wants and what the Tigers are willing to pay is massive. We're talking about a guy who's looking at a potential $400 million contract down the road, and Detroit just went to arbitration with him because they couldn't agree on his salary for this season. That tension has created an opening, and the Blue Jays are apparently ready to pounce. The proposed package is hefty, though. Reports suggest it would take Jose Berríos as the centerpiece, along with top pitching prospect Ricky Tiedemann, Joey Loperfido, Addison Barger, and $5 million in cash. That's a lot to give up, but think about what you're getting in return. Skubal went 13-6 last season with 241 strikeouts and a 2.21 ERA. Adding him to a rotation that already features Dylan Cease and Shane Bieber would give us arguably the most dominant starting trio in baseball. Sure, losing Berríos stings because he's been our workhorse for years, but this is about elevating the ceiling. Berríos gives you consistency and 200 innings every season, but Skubal gives you dominance. That's the difference between being competitive and being a World Series contender. And yeah, Tiedemann is a promising lefty with a fastball that touches 99, but the reality is our farm system has other arms ready to step up. If you can trade depth for elite talent, you do it every single time. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Bo Bichette. For weeks, everyone's been talking about how the Blue Jays lost him to the Mets, but new reporting suggests that's not really what happened. The truth is, Toronto let him walk. This wasn't a bidding war they tried to win and failed. They stepped aside. The Mets threw $42 million per year at him for 3 seasons, which most people around the league are calling an overpay. The Phillies offered $200 million over 7 years, averaging out to about $28 million annually, which seems way more reasonable. But the Blue Jays, they were never seriously in it. Their offer, if there even was one, didn't come close to either of those numbers. Why? Because the front office never valued Bo the way fans did. We loved him. He was a fan favorite, a homegrown star, the face of this franchise for years. But management had moved on long before this offseason. They'd already signed Andrés Giménez knowing he could take over at shortstop. They'd already committed money elsewhere. Instead of matching what the Mets paid, they signed Kazuma Okamoto for less money and invested in other areas of the roster. It's cold, it's calculated, but it's the reality of how modern front offices operate. They're not making emotional decisions. They're looking at production versus cost, and they clearly didn't see Bo as worth that kind of investment. Whether you agree with that or not is up to you, but that's the call they made. It hurts, especially for those of us who watched him come up through the system, but this is where we are. So what's the plan moving forward? How do you replace a guy like Bo Bichette? Well, there's talk that the Blue Jays should go after Brendan Donovan from the St. Louis Cardinals. He's not a flashy name, but he fits exactly what this team needs right now. Donovan is a versatile all-star who can play second base, third base, and left field. He's a contact hitter who plays solid defense and brings a winning mentality. Last season, he hit .287 with 10 homers and 50 RBIs. A couple years ago, he put up 14 homers and 73 RBIs while appearing in 153 games. He was an all-star in 2025 and won a Gold Glove in 2022. Plus, he's still under team control for 2 more years, which gives the Blue Jays cost certainty in a market that's gone absolutely insane. The Cardinals are rebuilding and reportedly shopping Donovan, but they want a significant return. To get him, Toronto will probably have to give up left-hander Johnny King, who's the team's 5th-ranked prospect, and outfielder R.J. Schreck, who came over in the Justin Turner trade and is currently ranked 10th in the system. King is only 19 and just reached single A, while Schreck looks blocked in our outfield anyway. For St. Louis, this makes sense because They're shedding payroll and creating space for younger players. For Toronto, you're getting a proven major leaguer who can contribute immediately and help stabilize things after losing Bo. It might not be the big splash everyone wanted, but sometimes the smart move isn't the sexy one. Look, this offseason has been wild. Losing both Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette in the span of 12 hours was brutal. But the front office clearly has a plan. They're not panicking. They're being strategic about where they spend money and who they bring in. Whether that plan works or not, we'll find out soon enough. But if they can land Skubal and add someone like Donovan, this roster is still in a position to compete. The rotation would be elite, the lineup would have depth, and we'd have flexibility moving forward. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Toronto Blue Jays Update. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest news. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think trading for Skubal is the right move? Should we go after Donovan? Let me know what you think. See you in the next one.